No, don't wait for us.
Stuck!
Man down!
Houston, this
Man
is
down!
Explorer. Copy. Houston, this is Explorer. Copy. Along the frequency.
Explorer's been hit. Explorer, do you read? Explorer, approach Explorer. Astronaut is off structure. Dr. Stone is off structure.
Alfonso Cuarón is an incredible filmmaker. You're probably familiar with something he's made. Gravity, Children of Men, and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban are all amazing. The last 3 movies Cuarón directed succeed on all fronts. They're exciting stories that aren't afraid to challenge their audiences. They've got memorable and dynamic characters. Oh, and also the cinematography is never not spectacular. Now, Cuarón fundamentally changed the way Hollywood studios approach their blockbusters, but there's already a great Movies with Mikey video about that. Instead, I want to talk about the movie he made before Azkaban. Working again with his good friend and longtime cinematographer Emmanuel Lubezki, before Azkaban, Cuarón made a very different movie. Enter Y Tu Mamá También.
Poolside convo about your summer last night.
Y Tu Mamá is a coming-of-age/road movie set in Mexico at the end of the 90s. It's a film about being young, about sex, about the ways that the world can be perfect and heartless at the same time. We follow Tenoch, a rich kid from a politically connected family, and his best friend Julio, who doesn't have the same privilege. It's summer, and Tenoch and Julio are totally free. Right from the start, Y Tu Mamá captures intimacy. The first shot is a long, rotating take of Tenoch and his girlfriend, totally naked, saying goodbye before she leaves for Italy. It's so lush and real that you can't help but feel transported into their room with them. Yet Cuarón and Lubezki never make the viewer feel like a voyeur. The sex scenes in the film aren't meant to make the audience feel uncomfortable, the act is just captured, which is a rare and honest depiction of something that is usually so sensationalized on screen. In fact, this is the birth of the realist documentary style that would define Cuarón's work and win Lubezki the Oscar for Best Cinematographer 3 years in a row. And honestly, this lens has never looked better. I swear, watching the movie, I missed a lot of the subtitled dialogue because I was so enthralled with some of these shots. When a cinematographer or director calls attention to their work, as Cuarón and Lubezki often do, there's always the question of why. Why pull the viewer out of your movie by showing how impressive your camera work is? How are you actually strengthening the text? Y Tu Mamá presents life as a collection of moments. Instead of choppy, quick editing, the meaningful experiences are taken as a whole. Cuarón spotlights the parts of the journey that matter and lets his camera present them in full. The long take itself has become a tired cinematic trick. Making a beautiful movie out of gorgeous shots will never get old. But you can't have a film that's all aesthetics, or you can, and it's called Call Me By Your Name. And I love Call Me By Your Name, but you can't set Call Me By Your Name in Mexico at the end of the 90s. My point is that Cuarón doesn't ignore context. An omniscient narrator provides the necessary background information on different places and people, sometimes even giving a glimpse into what's to come.
Para fines de año, Chuy y su familia tendrán que abandonar su hogar cuando comience la construcción de un hotel exclusivo sobre terrenos ejidales de San Bernabé.
There's a random and cold universe on the fringes of this trip. And as he does in Children of Men, Cuarón lets the camera wander, showing a fuller picture of Mexican life. Context elevates the movie. The camera and the voiceover, combined, create a film that is beautiful without being disingenuous, hopelessly romantic, and always down to earth. At the center of all this life is Luisa. Actress Maribel Verdú turns in a jaw-dropping performance, flawlessly balancing grace and gravitas. Luisa is about 10 years older than the boys, a seductive being that commands the frame whenever she's present. But Luisa is also stuck in a broken marriage, wondering where her life has gone. Where Tenoch and Julio feel like they have their whole lives in front of them, Luisa is their more mature foil, and the movie is worth watching for her alone. About a month ago, Netflix released the trailer for Roma, Cuarón's next movie after Gravity. Another naturalistic portrayal of Mexican life, Roma looks awesome, and it'll be available to stream before the end of the year. But we'll see if Roma can top Y Tu Mamá. This movie is damn near flawless.
Como me